Hi, welcome to a video of my thrift store and flea market finds for 3 different days, for Wednesday, July 30th, Friday, August 1st, and Saturday, August 2nd, 2025. So, being on vacation, I ran errands and stuff during the week, and also went to a flea market. Well, you already know I went to the big different flea market the previous day, but on the 30th of July I went to see my barber shop, and then did a few errands. And there's a bazaar next to very near the barber shop, and I found this it's a box of 4, but one is gone, but they're new. Incandescent soft white bulbs, Sylvania, 60 watt with at least 800 lumens. Try to find that in the store nowadays. 850 lumens each. $3 for $1. Perfect. Okay, moving on. This is not a thrift store find, but I'm going to mention it because it's something I bought for something I bought at the flea market a few years ago. I bought this racing electric clipper. Well, I needed attachments here for my mustache, and so my barber shop recommended me a place that repairs these things and had these things. So since I didn't know which size to buy, I bought the smallest and the next one, size 00 and 000 and 00. Stupid things. I bought this for $5. This was $10 each plus tax. Yeah, but I like this thing, so I don't care. Alright, so on my way back from that thing, I stopped at a thrift store, and I rarely check the records, but since it was on my way, so I'll check just in case. Well, I did find one record that is very rare that I bought last summer in August, and it was only the second copy in 40 some years that I saw this record, the Jean Duceppe album. But the one I got last year is in better shape than the one I saw at the store, so I left it there. But I did get this one here. Moi j'aime Dominique Michel. I'll switch to French and I'll come back to English. Fait que ça, c'est bien sûr un long jeu de Dominique Michel qu'il a fait en 66 ou 67 là. Puis oui, je sais qu'il parle de son Miss Radio TV 66, mais je suis pas sûr. Je pense que le long jeu est sorti en 67. Puis ce qui est inhabituel, c'est que c'est une copie stéréo, j'en ai jamais vu. C'est tout le temps la copie mono qu'on voit. Puis j'ai déjà la copie mono peut-être même 2 fois. J'ai jamais vu en stéréo, puis il joue parfaitement. J'ai fait jouer les 2 barres, on dirait qu'il a quasiment jamais joué une belle copie clean avec l'étiquette rouge. Là, puis, c'est moins que les mélanges en plastique. Puis, so this is Dominique Michel, a famous French-Canadian actress, comedian, and also a part-time singer. And I collect her records, and I've never came across a stereo version of this album, and it was $2.50. I managed to peel off the price very carefully and not damage the sleeve. And I also allowed myself to put it in a protective sleeve that I took out of another record. And once I got home, I realized this is too good for this record. It's actually looks so good that I'm going to keep it as a display piece for my growing Nipper RCA collection. I have here up on the wall. I have a cap. I have this. For those who haven't seen it yet, I have this. Eventually, to be put over the wall and next to over the door. Sorry. I'm going to have this. I'm going to have this as well. And I know I have other items, so I'm going to have this next to it. And I have an engraved one-sided 78 downstairs with Victor. Like, it's going to look good. And a white label Victor record, how to sell Victor home recordings with a white label. All of that will go up, but I'm so busy right now. And the other thing I found, and I rarely bother checking clothing, especially that darn store, all the clothing where it was a mess, like the small, medium, and large all mixed up, was very frustrating. But I wear polo shirts. Although I like the ones with the pockets that didn't have any. This was too good to leave behind, because they had like a whole bunch of brand new ones, and you could tell they were brand new, all identical, and they were a $7.50 each. I've tried one in the booth, the dressing booth, and decided to get them all. and it was, like I said, was a mess. I had to go through pretty much everything in the rack to take out the small that were in the middle of the medium or large ones. It was a mess. So I got 10 of them. Now I'm never going to need a red polo shirt for the rest of my life. I'm never going to go through all of that, but I will put them often. I'll wear red quite often now. And that was it for that day. Then that was Wednesday. Moving on to Friday, August 1st. Decided to try the flea market, since some Saturday sellers would tell me, oh, I had this, I had more yesterday of whatever they were selling. You didn't come yesterday? So no, I worked. Well, I decided, since I had the week off, well, and this week as well, to try it. And it was the first and last time I went there on a Friday, because it was dead. My goodness, it was depressing. I arrived at 5:52 a.m. I left at 7:15 with just 3 items that I will show in a second. I came back a little bit later after running some more errands, and it was on my way, so I stopped and bought one more item, but it was very slow. So the first thing I bought there was a lamp on the foot, and sorry for the glow. Doesn't have any shade, doesn't have any screwing button on top, and it came with this bulb that didn't last very long. It was a Globe 100 watt bulb, but I like how it looks now that it's dead. Woo. So that was just $5. It works. Like, oh, it's one of those 3 level, 3 intensities. If I get the right bulb, click, 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 and low, medium, high, and off. Okay. Okay. After the lamp, I got this little bow tie, little cute 2-inch bow tie with a little clip. I don't know yet where I'm going to put it, but my instinct says I probably have a character plush in my collection of plushies on which I could put this, so that 50 cents for fun. And I use these in the bathroom at night, so I don't wake up with the full light, and these tend to break, so usually they went for $1.25 at the store. The guy had a whole box of them for $1, so I got 4 for $2. And after that, after that I left disgusted at 7:15 and came back later, and I got this book. I collect Germain Inoue books. It's number 4. I probably have it, but I was not 100% sure, and since this was only $1, I said screw it, I'd rather waste $1 than make a mistake. And I really, because my books are not sorted out in the basement, I want to make a list and make sure I have them all. My inventory in my computer is like 15 years late. Yeah, I suck. I do know I don't have that one, but now I know I have all of these, even if it's not written anywhere. But they made more than those, obviously. Okay, so that was it for Friday. And I got up early and arrived at 5:40 a.m. Saturday, again arrived early for nothing. So it took forever before I made my first purchase. Might have been 8:30 or 9, something that late before I even bought one single thing. And was joined by a friend who got lucky, not me, but he got lucky. But I won't go into too much detail. Anyway, at one point, the first purchase I made was $2.50 at a seller of comic books and records. He has some records at $1 and a few at 50 cents. So at $1, I got this 12-inch shingle of Stepping Out by Kool and the Gang from 1981. The B-side was Just Friends from the previous album Celebrate. And yeah, and then there was this. Believe it or not, I don't have this very common record because I've seen this often. The Best of Emerson, Lake and Palmer, and it's clean. It wasn't actually in this plastic sleeve, and that was $1. Sure, why not, man? And this was 50 cents in his 50 cents pile. It's a US pressing of Ins and Outs by Lalo Schifrin, the guy who did the music for Mission Impossible, among other things. It's a 1982 album. I said, looked like the record, not a scratch. I said, well, sure, I'll try it. Well, it turns out it's amazing. I love it. I only played a few snippets. I'm going to play the whole thing in a few days. Oh my goodness, what a great score for 50 cents. So I got these records for $2.50, so that was nice. And after I got this, a seller that sells all kinds of stuff, Mr. Spick and Span. I like to refer to that box because I can't get over how lucky I was to find this Spick and Span. But anyway, he sells all kinds of stuff. I got this for $3.50. So it's actually a pad. So it looks like a promotional item, but some people say it was handmade and not made especially for that, so I don't know what to think. But it looks, I don't care, I don't want to know if it was like homemade or it was a real promotional item. It just looks great. So I got this, and after I paid for this, I kept looking at all the stuff he lays on the ground, and I found this childhood memory. It's a Melodica soprano made in Germany by Horner. The case, the mouthpiece is broken, unfortunately, but yeah, my grade school had these, so I never played one at all, but I saw them in our music class. So as soon as I see that, it throws me back to the 70s. Now I haven't cleaned this, or all I did to make it work is I did this and blew in it, but now I only have like anyway, it works. So I got this for $5, and I was happy, although the mouthpiece is broken off, because I tried to get one like maybe a month ago or like several weeks ago, and some guy had one with the mouthpiece was all chewed up, and they were like $25 or $30, a crazy amount, and didn't have this cool case. So for $5, yoink. Yes, I was glad to get that for $5. Then after that I got, let's see, what did I get after that? In a Horner. Oh yeah, because I had my friend with me, my flea market friend. There was a box of CDs with the 90s stuff, and he's younger than me, so it was his kind of music. And I saw some Outkast, and I said, oh, which album has Hey Ya on it? And then he said this one, and it's like a 2 CD thing, The Love Below and Speaker Box with 3 X's on this side. So sure enough, it has track number 9, Hey Ya. I only played Hey Ya so far. I haven't played the rest yet. So that was $2. Yes, so I have my Hey Ya. And which throws me back to Australia, because when I was in Australia for January to April 2004, it was charting, so I heard it over and over while in Australia during their summer. So yeah, it's a weird association to associate Hey Ya by Outkast with Australia. And then one more purchase. The guy didn't know what he was selling or was testing me. He has some old records, and it was this 170. I was just curious. I felt like buying it just for fun. And I said $1. He said no, $5. Oh, no problem. I put it back in the box. I was about to leave. And I said, okay, you can have it for $1. He said, what the hell is going on in his head to go from 1 to 5 down to 1? Anyway, it's not worth much, but I decided to get it anyway, because I like to buy records with actors and or TV stars on them. And this is by Ricardo Montalban. I'm probably not pronouncing it right. My Heart Beats Faster from Neptune's Daughter. And this side is him again, Ricardo Montalban, with Esther Williams. Maybe it's called Outside. So it's a US pressing, and it's actually for a 78. It's in great shape, so I got this for $1 because I Ricardo Montalban, and I thought it was interesting enough to have. And I think that's it for those 3 days. Yes, so thanks for watching.